Thank you, Yvonne. I am so, let me give him.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is morning. Oh, look at I had this been a rough morning for me.
It's okay.
I'm used to going to bed at 8 o'clock. I know that's bad, but I was in the wrong group. I apologize, you guys. Um, let me just
Perfect.
finish.
Thank you.
Let me just finish. I'm gonna finish helping Robert really quickly. We were in the other group, so I apologize. I apologize. Just admitting everybody. His is an easy fix. Give him access pretty quickly, and then we'll move on.
Thank you, Jay.
I'm gonna send you an invite. An invite will come to your email, Robert, and then it'll allow you access. All right. So then just I spelled your name wrong. Don't. All right. So you should get an email to an invitation to your email, and then you'll have access. Okay. That's done. All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's been a morning. All right. This is why rest is important. This is why rest is so important. So, what can Joy? I'm gonna
Yes.
look at. I want to make sure all the new people. You have access to everything. I checked. So, if you're not finding access to the Quantum Pro, it's just a matter of watching that video that tells you how to get there. But it's basically you got to go to indicators and go to the invite only tab, and you'll see it there. But there is a video. Okay, great, great. I'm glad to know you have it.
Okay.
All right. So you're all ready for you have everything. Great. Is there anybody else in this class that does not have access to anything, that's not set up to access the hub, to access, the indicators? We know that we're still working on brokers, but I think Yvonne might have gave us, I just looked at, one of the brokers Yvonne is using, and she may have given us an in. I'm telling you, you got the hookup. You got the link. She's
Well,
got
that's
the
always Chuck because he just sends me what to type in.
So yeah, I just kind of looked at that broker, and so I'm going to do some due diligence on that. But I'm pretty sure that it's probably good coming from who I know it came from. But yeah, so I'm going to look into that, and that may be an option for us to start working on our demo trade for Daily Bread, because they do allow both buys and sells. They allow hedging. So I know I told everybody kind of to look at AMP. Right now, I'm going to put a message in there to start looking at another broker, and I'll put it in there called PlexiTrade. I did do a couple of demo trades. The Daily Bread works with it. The Trade Manager works with it. So, hey, God is good, works in mysterious ways. So that may be something that, at least in demo, until we vet them out and make sure that they're going to pay us. That's my only thing in looking at all of the stuff that, I haven't been able to research them, but we can at least practice the trade. And that's what's important, is getting the practice in on the trade and learning how to do the hedge and all of that while we vet them out. Okay, so PlexiTrade, and they're at, let me find them on here. Okay. Are you talking about, somebody said that they made, someone said they connected with them right away. I'm not sure what that's in response to.
I did PlexiTrade and they contacted me right away. They've been real helpful. So, and I got a couple payouts already. So.
Oh, you have got to pay. Okay.
Yeah.
So see, I was going to I was going to ask Yvonne to see if I could speak with Chuck to verify that. That's the vetting process. You have to go through that vetting process with any broker you choose, no matter who recommends them to you, whether it's an educator, a financial broker, it doesn't matter. You do your own work, because at the end of the day, you're putting your money in. And so you want to make sure you can get your money out. So that's great to know that we have people, live people that we see, we talk to, that actually have gotten money out of them. I can't speak on it because it's new to me as well. So it's at plexitrade.com. They have 4 different accounts. There you can look at them all. They all have different requirements, thank you, Joy. She said it's formerly LQFX. They have different, I know they're a part of the 8 cap group as well, just so you know. And I know they're a pretty big broker. They have lots of, things that they're participating in, pretty reputable. But nevertheless, do your own homework. So they have 4 different accounts. And those accounts have different, some of them have raw spreads, some of them don't. Some of them, they go all the way up to their micro accounts, which limit the number of lot sizes you can use, but it goes all the way up to a 1 to 2,000 leverage. Their typical leverages on their other ones is 1 to 500, which most people who are used to trading Forex will be accustomed to seeing, the 1 to 500. Those allow you to do up to 50 lot size. So far, this is the information that I've gathered from them. But again, those will allow us to practice the daily bread trade. So if you want to go live practicing, the daily bread trade, please, 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 at least sign up for them in a demo account in order to do that. And then what I want you to do is, and I'll probably do a video on it, I want you guys to look at your expenses. Even if you come up, if you can say, well, I know it's my expenses for the month is around about XYZ. You can do, say 20,000 a month. That's my expenses. You want to take that, look at the average number of trading days in a month, which is generally about 20, divided by that number. And that is your daily goal number. And that's going to help us to start creating a trading plan. And so we'll talk about that in the next week, is actually looking at starting to format a trading plan for you. So you'll have a trading plan for daily bread. You'll have a trading plan for your Apex account, and then any other types of accounts that you may have outside of, this challenge. You would want to create a trading plan for that as well. So that when I'm trading this account, and I'm using this strategy, this is how it trades, right? So that's how you want, how specific you want your trading plans to be. You want it to be based on the account you're trading, because every broker is different. So you want to have it based on broker and based on the strategy that you're using on that broker. So, and parts of that strategy will include, like, I think it's really important to keep your goal in front of you. Like, what are you trading for? Am I trading for my kids, college? Am I trading for my ministry? Keeping that focus in front of you helps with the trade psychology. So again, this isn't the class for trading plan. That's a little bit further, but I just want you guys to start thinking about it, because it's really important. And I think sometimes we get in front of the screen and we just trade. And that's, trading without a goal. And so that's kind of where we get, trading can get away from us. So because this is a beginner's class, I just want to go through some beginner mechanics. If there's anything specific that a beginner in this class would like to speak on or would like help with, please let me know. Oh, I see some messages in the chat that I haven't. Okay, same that were from Joy. So can I ask, is everybody in here has traded before? They know how to put in a buy, they know how to put in a sell. They've traded on MT4, MT5. Everybody in this class, so I don't have to go over how to enter a trade. I don't want. All right, awesome. Okay, so now that I have PlexiTrade, I actually have it connected. I work quick, so I actually have it connected to the account, I want to go through, I really want to go through the daily bread trade, and I'm going to do it based on the beginner level. But I want to go through the trade exactly as we would put it in. So I am going to get to my account, and then I'm going to share my screen because everybody in here already has all of their information. Everybody in here is good to go. So I don't have to do that type of stuff today. Right? Okay. Let me just go into KFCtrading.com. All right, so let me share mine. And I'm gonna go through it quickly, and then I'm gonna go through some basics, some basics about how we trade. All right, everybody can see my screen. So everybody knows how to log on to here. I don't need to go into that. But I just want to have this recorded for beginners. So when you go to kxctrading.com, dashboard will come up. You have your main menu here. You're going to go to Trade Manager, and you're going to click on the Daily Bread EA, right? After you've loaded your account, and you can kind of go into the video. Am I still running the trade? I must be. You can kind of go into the video, yep. And if you go into the video, you will see how to load the account. But I didn't realize I was still running a trade. I was doing some buys and sells to do the hedge, but let me close out of everything. Okay, and I hedged successfully. But so let me refresh this. It's going to refresh when your equity, and the way I was able to tell that I was still active in a trade because my balance was different than my equity. So whenever you come to this screen and your balance is different than your equity, you're either in a trade or you need to refresh, right? So this is just a small account. I did a $500 account because I always like to make it affordable. So I want you to, be able to look at what would my account look like if I invested $500? How would I trade? When I was first given, instructions, I believe, on how to trade, I was told to trade in a demo account based on what my investment size would be, and then use the compound log to look at where that would take me. So, and when I say, whenever I reply to given instructions, I'm speaking about God, just so you know. So when I was taught to trade, because that's really, who taught me giving me the strategies, I'll say that. So basically looking at, like, for instance, if I had $1,000 available to trade, then that's what I would say. Okay, I had $1,000 available to invest. I would then take that compound log and look at that compound log and see how, I could compound that based on what percentage of trade I wanted to get for the day. So you can use the compound log to help you with your daily bread if you don't have a set goal. But again, I recommend that you use that based on your expenses, because that's how it was intended to be. Again, you can trade it how you want to. So if my expenses was $10,000, and I need to pull up the compound log. Let's see. Because if you only have a $500 account, I want to make this very simple. If you only have $500 to invest in your account at the time, you may not have the ability to go and
You're muted.
there we go. I muted myself. I apologize. Was I muted that whole time? No. Okay. I just muted myself. Okay. So what you want to do is, so say for instance, I only have $500 to invest, right? I only have $500 to invest in, and I'm going to use PlexiTrade to do the daily bread trade. I only have $29.60 to invest. That's all I have, because again, it's not meant to take money from you that you don't have. So you're going to use this compound log and you're going to put that in as, this is my starting balance. I have $529.60, right? The goal, the increase we have set for this challenge is 5%. That is based on us. That has nothing to do with your personal goal. If you want to make it 10, if you want to make it 2, if you want to make it 1%. But I need you to pay attention to what it's going to require, because you have to be able to manage that type of lot size, right? So if you notice here, if you start with $529.60, right? It's going to tell you what your target balance should be, right? So 529, they want you to make $556.08. They want your target balance to be $556.08. So if you take a calculator and you subtract that minus 529.60, that tells you they want you to make $26.48, right? So looking at that, this is going to tell you pretty much what the lot size is going to be if you have this is our recommended in order to keep you from over leveraging. It's saying a 0.01 is the lot size that you would want to put in for this daily bread trade if you were doing that, right? That's what it's telling you. But at a 0.01, I'm just going to put in, we're going to put in a trade for NASDAQ. Let me see, no, it's US Tech on here, right? That lot size is going to vary depending on what you're going to use, right? So the reason I was going through it earlier today with doing dynamic rather than fixed, because it's a lot easier than having to go to the compound log, figure out what it is, you know, all of that. You can say that I want to make 26, what did I say that number was? $26.48. You can literally come here and say, I want to make, based on this trade, I want to make $26.48, right? That's the reward that I want out of this trade. And it's going to give you your lot size automatically, right? If your account cannot handle this lot size, we're going to click some, oh, let me put in this stuff. If your account cannot handle this lot size, it simply won't open the trade, right? But let me go in. So it said trade opened successfully. So it sent the information over is what it did, right? So let's open this up and show you. What it did was it created, of course, the 3 buys and the 3 sells. And from this point on, the trade is managed solely by the trade manager. There's nothing you have to do at this point. So we're going to watch it. It hasn't activated yet. So we're going to watch it. It's created a buy stop and a sell stop. It created 3 orders with 3 different TPs for the sell stop and 3 different TPs for the buy stop. So I want to make it very clear that once you enter into the trade and it has not activated, there's nothing that you need to do at this time until it activates, right? So we're going to wait and see which way it goes. Of course, we generally do this at the most volatile hour, which is 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 my time, Pacific Standard. It's the most volatile time, but it doesn't mean that you cannot use this tool any time of the day, right? So I just want to show you how it works. Looks like it may activate the sell, but we don't, let's see. And I will say probably about 80% of trading is waiting. So
And Denise, do you tell what time frame you're on? Does it matter?
it doesn't matter. I'm on the 1 minute, but it doesn't matter. This is a scalp trade. It doesn't matter what time frame. I'm not checking out time frame. Remember, I'm going in and snatching these pips at the morning and getting out of the trade. That's the purpose. So it doesn't matter what time. We're not doing analysis on this. So it doesn't matter what time frame you're on.
I also have another question for this.
Mhm.
You said that
Okay, so I just wanted it to hit. These will normally close the others. I don't know why it's not, but I'll find out. So I'm gonna close them out myself manually. It could be something with the broker settings, you know, I'll check with my IT guy and let him know that, right? So as you saw, right, I just want to let me finish explaining the trade really quickly now that we've cleared the trade. So as you saw in here, right, this was the trade that we just did. That was something else. $31, we made $31.72, right? Off of that trade. Is this the one? No. Yeah, because 0.26, right? So we went from, so now our trade balance is 561 and 32 cents, right? You see that? So what it did is it looks like it encapsulated them all into one trade, even though we went through three, yeah, even though we went through 3 accounts. That's different. I'm not used to seeing that, but okay. But we made $31.72. So if, close this out and go back to, go back to our compound law. So looking at that from the standpoint, our new balance is 561. What was it? 561 and 32 cents, right? So we made 560. So where this says end of the day balance, we're going to put in 561 and I keep forgetting 82 cents, was it? 32 cents, 32 cents. So that's what you're going to put in there, right? So you made your 5% for the day. So you see how the daily bread trade can get you to whatever your goal is by simply putting in. You don't have to figure out the lot size. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just put in, I want to make this amount of money, do this, hit that trade, and be done with it. And it's going to figure out everything for you. So you just met your goal for the day. You've gotten a little bit above it, and you'll keep going down every day. So now the next day is telling you you need to make $5.89 and 39 cents. So you would do that same thing the next day. So you subtract, you know, 5.89.39 from what your current balance is, which is fixed 561 and 32 cents. So you know today you need to make $28.07. So when you go in, so when you go in here to set your next trade for the next day, you're going to put $28.07 as the amount that you need to do to make. And so it will go in and put in your next amount. So that's how the daily manager, daily bread is meant to make sure that, meant to help you with making your daily goal. That can be used for anything. These can be changed, right? Now, right now, the only thing that we don't have, this is set for the daily bread. So it's automatically set to do three quick trades, right? But you can set the entry at whatever you want to set it at. You can set the take profit at whatever you want to set it at, right? You can do that. This trade is meant, you know, specifically for remembering that you have 3 trades that you're going to be putting in at one time. The trade manager can manage your trade in this same way, right? If you go to the trade manager, which is the one that's called New Trade, and it's really called the Better Trader. So I'm going to have him change the name. But when this can be managed, you can manage your trade in the same way. But this is for a single trade. But it's a single trade that allows you to actually stack So it allows you to say, as I continue to go in profit, add another position. It also allows you to hedge and some other advanced concepts that I'm not going to get into for the beginner class. It allows you to set a trail stop. So it allows you to do so much more than the daily bread, right? So again, the trade managers are an awesome tool to help you manage. And I'm going to see, I just want to see how well NAS is moving so that I can see if I can put in a trade. Oh, I don't have that. I close that when I'm not trading, I close out trading view. Oh, no, not that one. Trading view. Is it gonna make me, okay, no, I'm still in it somewhere. All right, so I want to see how NAS is moving. Okay, it's making some progress. It's moving pretty good still. What time is it? 8:42. I want to show you how. Joy asked a question really quickly. We don't have to analyze using the tool. I heard you say that. No, the purpose of it is we're taking advantage of the volatility at the beginning of the market. So it's a snatch and grab. You're snatching out a few pips at the beginning of the market and being done. That's all it is. It's like getting your mana for the day. You're taking it quick. It's not analysis at all. It's not a position trade. And I know we're used to doing analysis, but it's not an analysis trade. This is God providing your mana for the day. That's it. Just snatch and grab. You're going to snatch, take this money real quick and get out. That's all it's about. Okay. All right. So, but now the tool can't, not the daily bread, but the other tool that I make reference to in the trade manager, right? The trade manager or the better trader can be used to help you with a position trade or a trade where you've done analysis, right? It can be done for both. You can use it to come in and say, I want to do, it's US Tech right in here. I want to do a trade for US Tech and I want to, okay, let's see. Let me refresh here. Here we go. Whenever you have a problem, just refresh. So I don't remember. I'm just going to say it was buying. I don't remember what it was doing at the time. Let's see. Oh, it's selling. Okay. So you can go in and do it the same way that you did there. You could say, I only want to risk one trade. I don't want to do 3. I don't want to do the daily bread like that. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use the trade manager to do it. And I need to make, what is it? We needed to make on our compound log, it was $28.07 for the next day. I want to make $28.07, right? If you do it in here, you have to, if you're going for your outcome to be, in order for it to calculate it, you need to put in a stop loss or take profit. So it's telling you how many pips do you want to go to make that profit? Okay, well, I only want to go, I'm doing a sale, so I want my TP to be 10, I only want to do it in 10 points. So I'm going to say 18,701, right? And you'll see there, as it's moving, it's telling you that's 9 points, 10 points. So now when reward comes up, it's going to put in your lot size for you, right? So based on making 12 points, because you can see it's moving, and that's because price is moving. So it's saying based on those, I'm going too high now. I don't want it to be, I only want it to be 10. Oh, it must be moving up. So let's see. Oh, let's see. It must be moving up. Yeah. Is it going back? What is it doing? It's going up. Okay. It's just running. So I'm gonna just hurry up and put it in while it's before. Okay. So based on that, I want to make $28 in this 5 pip move. So it's gonna adjust my I'm talking too much. It's gonna adjust my, shoot, it's already there. It hit this. If I would have did it earlier, it would have been there. If you see that red line, that means you gotta go look, you know, you're in violation of what you're trying to do. So 690, I guess. All right. 95. There we go. I'm gonna hurry up and put this in before it changes on me again. So I'm gonna place the trade and I say, based on these 11 points, I want to make $28. It will create your lot size for you. Oh, let me hurry up because it's going. All right. So the trade opened, it opened 0.2. Let's go here. So you'll see it opened the trade for us. Let me go to here. So it opened the trade for us, right? Based on that lot size. Oh, we ran into a head double bottom right here. But not to worry, because we know we got the hedge. So our margin level is a little low, so we got to know what our margin is. See, our margin is 140. We want to, whenever we are going to use the hedge, we want to be 250 to 300 at the time. So that's why it's important to know. Remember, I'm using a very small account. So we want to know what we want to keep our margin at 200, you know, to 300 at all times if we're going to, because we want to keep the possibility of using the hedge, right? This, you know, when it's low like this, it doesn't allow you to put in that third position at the level you need to put it in. So I put in 0.2, right? But let me see, I'm at 95. I'll show you where I would put in the hedge. I would put in the hedge about 20 points from my entrance price. So at 18,722.5 is where I would be set to put a hedge in, but it didn't go that way that I needed to put in a hedge, so I'm good. But I just want to show you that it'll execute the trade for you and it's going to execute and make that amount of money, right? It'll make the exact amount. So you have the tool, so you don't have to do any of the calculations, any of that. It will do it for you. Bam. It hit it. Now that would be a trade that you would want to make sure that you had you know, that it's going in that direction, of course, because you don't have the safeguard of the buy and the sell, right? But you see it made the $32.40. And so you would have made, again, you would have made your money for the day, right? That's how that's how the tools are meant to interact with each other, right? So I just want to show you guys that the tool is there and it's a great use, especially for beginners that don't quite know how to calculate lot size. They just know they have a goal for the day. But you do want to make sure that the account that you're in is able to handle, you know, the account and the leverage, meaning my account here, right? I have only $593.72. It needs to be able to handle the lot size that I'm going to give it and still be able to be at 200 to 300% margin. And you can use a margin calculator to help to make sure that you're there. That's a nice trade. But yes. Now, anybody have any questions? Check the chat. Okay. Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Any comments, anything they need to know about that first part? Nope. Okay.
Nope, I'm just
So-
excited to get my broker set up so I can practice it. So yeah.
Yes, that's what I want you guys to do, is to practice on it. Okay. The next part is the trail stop. So I want to explain the trail stop. How the trail stop works is, remember when I said when your balance and your equity is off, you got to refresh. I'm not going to refresh because I'm not putting in a trade, but just you have to pay attention to that because it needs to get the new data. Excuse me. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the different types of trail stops, because we're always about risk management. So there's actually three types of trails. There's two types of trail stops here, but there's several forms of risk management built into this tool. So the trail stop, you have what's called a distance trail stop, where it is a fixed distance to your trail stop loss behind your maximum profit. So what it is it's for instance, it's gonna say, I want you to move after I get so many pips in profit or points, whichever one you're doing. After I get, say, 20 points in profit, and the reason I say 20, because I usually trade indices, so you want to give it some breathing room. After it gets 20 pips in profit, every 10 points, I'm sorry, I keep saying pips, every 10 points, I want you to move my stop up 5. And that's going to keep securing my profit. So as it goes through its dips and valleys, I'm still securing, I'm moving my stop loss up a little bit each time I go, right? So you can have a distance. You can start this where you want to start it. You can start it at 10 points, and you can use this the entire time. But what I like to do is to have a distance and a threshold. And I use my threshold for my break, for my early part of my trade. So in the beginning part of the trade, after I've done my analysis, I want to have a break-even point where I'm in a risk-free trade, right? So that's what I use the threshold for. And I do it, but you can do it based on an absolute, meaning a number, or you can do it relative to your open price, right? And it has current price, but just ignore that for now. So when you do open price, you're saying when my profit goes 2 points above my open price, I want you to move my stop, or 5 points or whatever. And you can set these multiple numbers of these. You can do all thresholds if you want, or you can do all distance. Or you could do both. So what happens when you do both is you can say when open price, when my profit goes 5 points above, you can put points here, 5 points above my open price, I want you to move my stop loss up 2 points, because I'm now that's my break even, right? You can then say, okay, now when it goes up to 10 points, right? I want you to move it up to 5 points, right? And then you could say when it goes to 15 points, and this is literally what I do, just so you guys know, when it goes to 15 points, I want you to move it 10 points into profit. And now after that, 20 points, it's going to use this distance trail stop to continue with it, right? So every 10 points, once it gets to 20 points, every 10 points is going to move it up 5. So in the beginning, I'm having tighter stop losses, right? My stop losses are tighter in the beginning, but then after it goes to 20 and it's kind of in cruise mode, I'm giving it a little bit more room to ride, right? So that's what that is. That's how you do that, right? So again, once that's done, you're ready to go, right? So you can do that. But we have an even additional option to manage your trade. You can then say, I want to put in a hedge of protection. When it goes 20 points outside of my the opposite direction, I'm gonna say, if it goes 20 points the opposite direction, I want you to put in a hedge. If I'm doing a buy and it goes 20 points, bearish, I want you to put in a sell. And that will, what I showed you yesterday, contain your risk. It'll contain it at that point. Now, at that point, you can set an alert to tell you if it's had to activate the hedge, because you want to now come to the screen and go through your analysis and say, I need to see, remember I was telling you, I don't do anything until I know that my analysis has changed, that it has shown me that it is either buying or selling or vice versa. I don't just immediately, because it created a hedge, I don't immediately start, putting in new trades. I go and take my time. I use a sound mind, and I then figure out what is happening with my trade. But this gives you the option to have that hedge of protection, so that, because what'll happen if the hedge of protection is in there, that it'll manage your risk. You're just in a buy and a sell, and that's it. And it'll go until you come and change it. It's not going to do anything else. So, and it puts that hedge in whatever lot size you were in the sell, in the buy or sell. Whatever lot size is going to put that hedge in at that same amount to equal it out. So you can put in a hedge, just this is my hedge of protection. The other thing that you can do is say, if I'm going really good in a trade, I want to stack positions. I want to add positions to my trade. So those people that do longer trades and they're, they got to put a goal that's, further up, you can start with a small lot size with very tight stop losses. And then as you see that your analysis has been validated, you can then put in a higher position. So what I mean by that is you can come here and say, and in that case, you wouldn't do it based on, dollars reward. You would do a fixed amount. And you can say, I'm going to start with the 0.01001 lot size. But when I get to the stack, I want you to do it. I want you to add my stacks double the size or 1.5 times the size of my initial lot size. Or you could say the same size. It's up to you. This is the multiplier. You tell it how you want it to multiply. If you want to multiply it by 1, that's the same size. If you say 1.5, it's going to multiply it by 1.5. If you say, so it'll do 1.5, whatever your size. If you say 0.5, it's going to do half of your initial lot. If you do 0.25, it's going to do a quarter. So it tells you that's the multiplier, how you want to multiply it. Because maybe you start in with a big lot size because you got the safety of the tight stop losses and the hedge, and then you just put in smaller lot sizes as it goes up. It's just, that is your trade plan. That helps you to create your trade plan. Sorry. So that's what you do here. So if I say I want to multiply it by 1.5, I'm going to start with the low one. I'm going to do it by 1.5. I want it to stack based on points. Every time it goes 25 points in profit, I want you to add another position that's 1.5 times the size of my original position. And I want you to do that until I'm 100 points in profit, which would mean that I added 4 more positions, right? That's what that's saying. So I need to go back. I knew it's this is the, you want to do the distance one last because it goes back and change. I don't know why it does that, but it like verifies it. But I'm going to take this price out because you don't need a stop loss and a take profit because you have your hedge managing the trade. You don't need a stop loss or profit because it's going to continue to go in profit based on these values. Now, if you want to put an initial stop loss, you can, but that's the purpose of the hedge. Like I have the hedge there. And so when I tell you guys I don't use a stop loss, this is why. It's not that I'm not installing risk management in my trading strategy. It's just that I have it installed somewhere else. So I don't need an actual stop loss. And for me, it's like, I don't want to figure all of that stuff out because you got to look at where you got in, where you're getting out. I don't got time for that. I know that I have a manager to manage it for me and I'm done. I do it, set it and forget it. And I'm done. I know the trade manager is going to handle it. So right now it's dropping, right? So I'm going to put in a sell. I just wanted to see what it was doing. So I'm going to put in a sell. I put all of these values in, right? And let me change this back to here. And now I'm ready to submit. I can actually also save this preset and name it whatever my standard, my NAS standard trade, right? I'll save it and it'll be there. And all of those values will be there at the end. So whenever you want to trade this trading plan, it's there. So somebody had a question for me when they said, when you're trading with Apex, somebody didn't have a trading plan and they questioned them. You have a trading plan. This is your trading plan. But I'm going to go ahead and place the trade. And if we go over here, we'll see that it placed the trade, right? Even before it told me it opened it, we see here, we see here, because I'm getting close to being done for for till tonight. I wasn't about to say for today. But we can see here that here are your stacks and here are the additional trades that it's going to put in the additional cells, right? Here's your buy stop, which is the hedge trade, which it just activated. So as you can see, you see that number right here stopped going. It stopped at $4.18. So it's contained that value, right? It's contained that. So your loss is contained at $4.80 until you go back to the chart and say, hey, what's going on? Oh, I hit an ultimate support, but I'm still going down, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, well, let's go back and, add once it comes out of, once it get, it finished, it decides to continue going down, right? I already have additional positions in place. So really, these additional positions are going to eat up any, the loss that's coming about by this buy right here, right? That was activated. You already have in place additional stacks that's going to cover that. That's going to cover that. And you have enough margin. See, your margin is only you got 6,000% margin. So you could literally go ahead and say, okay, it's back doing what it's supposed to do. Let me go in and put in another 0.01 cell to cover that. And it's going to start eating this up. It'll start eating this up, right? That'll start being ate up as it goes into profit on this one. And then you're also going to activate these ones. It's going to eat up too. Well, this is going to gain you that additional income that you meant for it to do anyway. So I do not like T4. I don't know how to operate it. I don't use it. So how to move the screen around and everything, but so this is the one, this trade is a trade that, of course, you do want to base it on. It is based off of analysis, right? We never it never initiated the stop losses, that the trailing stop, because we never got far enough in profit, right? But again, we didn't really do a full analysis. We just kind of looked at the screen and said it's going down, right? That wouldn't be our typical way of getting into a trade, just so you know, but it's going to go down. I'm not worried. I know it's going down, but we might not. We got 5. It's 9:05. Usually the class is over at 9, but I'm going to keep this going. All right. So you guys can see it with an account that you guys can play with. What time is it? Now, I want to bring up one of the things that I talked about a little bit. Remember I said that third trade that you put in, you never wanted to go into a loss. This is one of the reasons why, because it adds to what your current loss is. So if you're ever in a hedge and you see that trade, that one going against you, you always want to close out, because it means you got in too early. It wasn't ready for whatever direction you put that third trade in. And again, hedging is going to be taught, is taught in a, I don't know if I'm going to be able to teach hedging as a part of the challenge. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it is and how it works, because there's a lot more to it. And so, but you guys are more than, welcome to, of course, utilize what I've given you guys and practice with it. But it is, just know there are a lot more rules to what you do with hedging, to prevent it from adding to your loss like it's doing here. But it's only doing that because, as we looked and seen here, you're at an ultimate support that it came back and it's retesting, right? We can see that very clearly, that it's retesting. So you wouldn't have even put in that third. I wouldn't have had you put in that third account yet. Also, our snipers letting you know that it's going up. It's breathing. This is its breath that it's taking. It's gonna come back down because you can see our cloud is all white. There's no, well, we just got some gray, but it was no gray. It's still far apart. It's still wide. It's not narrow. So it's just in a pullback for now. That's what the chart is telling us for now. We hadn't did any detailed analysis to see, but just taking a glance at it, it looks like it's just taking a breath to me. And this is on the 1 minute, so 1 minute as far as analysis is what it is. It's a 1 minute chart. It's not a full analysis. It's not a time frame that I even take serious as an analysis time frame. Thank you. My husband just brought me my breakfast. So we can see it's coming back down. So you'll see this number start to come back. It's why we wait and see to see what it's doing before we put in our third trade, or So I'm gonna stay with this until about 9:15, at which time I'm gonna close out. But if there's any questions, you guys are more than welcome to ask them now. No questions. Okay, we'll just sit in and watch this go. Can't remember now. Oh, that's my head's brain. And I don't know if you guys remember, this was our hedge right here that it's coming up to. That was our hedge. So you can see it's going back and forth. It's going back and forth. Which is why, like I said, I emphasize the importance of ensuring that before you make that third trade, or you put in that additional trade to pull you out of a deficit, you want to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's returned back to the trend. Because as you can see here, it was lower highs, lower lows, indicating a downtrend, right? But what do you have here? A higher low. So that's indicative of, is it about to, you don't know at this point, is it going to keep going down, making a lower low, or is it going to go up, make a higher high? What is it going to do? Sorry. That's why you want to make sure before that trade is in that you know what it's doing, and that that containment that you have with putting in that buy and that sell, it gives you the time without exaggerating your loss to do that. It gives you that time to sit back, reflect on your analysis, and see, has the market changed? Has it, what is it doing? Am I just waiting because it's not, it's still my analysis is still correct, but it's not ready. The market is not ready yet, because it's not always that your analysis is wrong. Sometimes it's just that the market isn't ready yet. They're accumulating orders, they're doing whatever they're doing. So it's not necessarily that your analysis is wrong. It just may be timing. And so that's what that containment of that, by putting in that hedge trade, it allows you to contain your loss so you're not operating in fear. You can continue to operate with a sound mind. Does everybody understand that part of the trade, that part of it?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope
Yep.
so. Okay, because that's really what I'm trying
Yes,
to
definitely.
convey. That's really what I'm trying to convey, because a lot of times that's how we operate. When we get to seeing a negative balance, we lose all sense of everything that we were taught and just go into panic mode. And so this helps you to, it's like, okay, and that, whatever that number is, that number is going to be individual to you. So you want to look at, based on my lot size, what is my, my number? Is it, is it 20 pips? And also you want to base it off of your asset. If my asset, I've noticed that when US 30 and NAS moves 20 to 30 points, it's generally about to, it's either going to reverse or it's about to accumulate. So for me, that's why my number is 20 to 30 when I'm trading those two assets. When it's gold, my number is totally different because it doesn't move the same way. So I have a different hedge number for each asset. And then once I have that hedge number for that asset, I then look and say, okay, if this went 20 points, I'm sorry, the opposite direction, what is the dollar value connected to my lot size? So I trade that lot size based on that. And then I just add positions if I want to, be more aggressive. So say for instance, 20 points is my number. And at 20 points, I'm $500 at a loss. And $500 is all the amount I want to risk on a trade, no matter what trade it is. I'll make, and just say, we're just making up numbers. Just say that at 20 points and it's $500 and that lot size is 0.5. So I'm going to start my trade with a 0.5 lot size. And then once I get into a profit, and then I'll have my hedge at 20, which is $500 based on that lot size. And then what I do is I just add if I want to be more aggressive and say, okay, I'm out of the woods now. I've got my break even, so I'm in a risk-free trade. Not only am I in a break-free trade, I have moved into profit. Now I can start to stack on and be aggressive about my lot size because I'm out of the woods. Because nothing else, I have a risk-free trade. So that's how the trade manager, that's the thought process behind it. Okay, well, I am actually past 9:15. Just going. So if nobody else has any questions, any comments, any concerns about this, I'm going to play around with it. I hope you guys will play around with it too. And then we'll meet up again at 6:00 p.m. for our trading with Apex. Delicia, you said you still need help with quantum. You got it. You have access because I believe your name is Bigger Profits. So I went in. So you have access.
Okay, because I got the other stuff, but when I go in, I can't find the indicator. Is it in an invite only script or something?
Yes, it is. That's
Okay,
exactly.
let me go back and check again.
It's under. I was just about to tell you. Did you check under invite only?
It's not here. Maybe let me see if I could just log out of my trading view and go back in. I don't know. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. So indicator, invite only. I see it now. That's all I needed. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Something so simple.
It's okay. It's okay.
I will see you tonight.
Okay. All right. So I hope that everybody, somebody's hand is raised. Howard, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
I just now saw that. I apologize. I don't know how long it's been raised, but I just saw it.
I just raised it. I'll ask you this question later on because for some, so I don't know what happened. I bundled my accounts. I was up 311,000.
Howard, what is you doing? You better not tell me it was down.
No. I left, went to go, got my breakfast, came back, and the count was blown.
Oh my God.
I went back. I didn't touch any buttons. I didn't do anything. I don't know what happened. I was definitely up 311,000. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. I don't know what I'm not exiting out.
Howard, you can't just walk away from your trades with Apex if that's what you're
No.
Okay.
No, the coast.
Oh.
No.
I think he accidentally pressed because he was trying to show me something. I think he pressed the screen and left that trade bar up, and then the trade price ended up going towards that bar and end up activating them in the trade. Yeah. I think that's what he did. Like I think that's what happened. He reset the account for I was able to actually
what I'm trying to tell you is when you are showing somebody something and you're not meaning to trade, I'm gonna show you guys this. Please please use this. Please, please, please.
Yes, yes, please show.
I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna
I
show you this
showed them
how
that.
it's. I know you did, but I'm gonna show them again because you were almost done. You were almost done with your trade. You were $9,000 away. You were
Yeah, I was doing-
almost done. All right. So what I want you guys to see, if you are trying to just play around and you're trying to show stuff and you see these green and, oh, wait a minute, I'm not sharing my
Can't see,
screen.
can't see.
I know, I'm not, I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. All right. All right. So where was I? Here. All right. You guys can see now. If you are trying to show somebody something, you are not actively trading in Tradeovate. If you are not trying to trade in Tradeovate actively, and you see these blue and green, green and red buttons, immediately go to this little round settings thing here, right? And
Mhm.
take off trade
Trade
mode.
Got it.
You do not want to, because now you can click all you want in this screen and it ain't going to activate the trade. However, you need to be in this mode at all times and you need to click it when you trade. That's how you should set yours up. You should
Yeah.
set yours up that the default is that you're not in trade mode. And when you're ready to go trade, you go and push trade mode and bring these buttons up. Right?
Got it.
So everybody, I want everybody, please, 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 because it's critical, especially you get in a funded account and you do that, you're going to be mad.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm telling
Man, I would be ready to cry out to, oh my God, Lord help me.
you
Jesus.
understand. Jay
Exactly.
calmed me down before I got here. 'Cause
Oh.
Jay calmed me
So-
down before I got here because I was going crazy.
Please, please,
Yeah.
please, please, please.
Yeah, he was flipping
Please.
stuff in his house. His house is
I
tore up.
would've
He gonna
been
get in
too.
trouble with his wife later.
Uh-oh.
It's like, no, I'm
But
just
yes, please, please, please utilize the tools that are there. Because now I could do whatever I want. I don't know if you guys ever seen me, like when sometimes I've been in trade mode. I'm gonna just show you real quick. Sometimes I'll be in trade mode and you'll see I click something like that. And I don't even know how, I don't even try to take it off. I just immediately refresh my screen. Because if I refresh my screen, it takes it off. Because I don't want to pretend like I know how in case I don't do it right, I don't even want to mess with it. So I just refresh my screen like, let me get that off real quick. If I make that mistake, I hurry up and refresh my screen because it takes the trade out, right?
Yeah.
But that ain't the safe way to do it. The safe way is to just take it out of trade mode. Now you can click, play around, turn the screen, do whatever you want. It's not in trade mode. Because in Tradeovate, when you click on this screen, whether you right click or left click, it doesn't matter. It is going to it is going to activate a potential trade. It's thinking that you want to trade.
Got it.
Everybody has that. Please, please, please. Right?
I got it.
Okay.
I'm just
That's
gonna
a
pass
big deal. That's a big,
Miss Donise.
yes.
Before
Thank you,
you go,
Donise.
you see how you
You're
got
welcome.
positions down there at the bottom of the screen, and it shows you your
Okay.
positions.
What do you mean?
All the way at the
Talking about
bottom.
This? Mm-hmm.
We was
Yeah.
trying to set that up last night.
I was trying to set that up for them and to pull up positions, but I couldn't get that to. I might have to look it up or something.
What do you mean? So
If
this,
like it's a couple of it's a couple of people that does not have that option to see their positions when they're inside
everybody
of the
has this
trade.
option. All you do is
Um,
this.
It's
You go to add modules. You go to
Wait,
add
you
wait,
this
wait,
little
wait,
plus.
wait. Right.
yeah, they
Add
took it
modules.
off at first. That's what I'm saying.
You put this little plus here.
Yes.
You go to add modules, right? And then all of these are different modules you can put onto the chart. You go to positions and you drag and drop it where you want it. So I can put it up there, like see, and I have 2 of them now. You can put it wherever you want it. So yeah, this is drag and drop. I can put it right there. Now I have 2, right? You click this little X, it takes it off. It's gonna ask you for sure, and that's it. Yeah,
Hey,
so
Doug.
this is a workspace, so you can put whatever you want there. Any of these different things. If you want order tickets, you can put your order tickets there. This is to place an actual order.
Hey, Denise.
Wait.
Um,
Yes.
Another
saying-
benefit If you go to accounts, go back to your plus button
Mhm.
and click on accounts. The one is the column to the, there you go. Click on that one. Drag that one. Because this is where you can see your distribution drawdown. Let me see. How did I get it set up? I think if there's a setting button, click on your settings for that, what you just did. Click on your setting buttons. It's all the way to your right. You can change your settings on the accounts module to your right. There's a gear.
This one?
No, go back to the
On my wrist
module
setting?
accounts. And go
Mhm.
find the gear all the way to the right of this whole module. Go slide all the way to your right of your screen. Yeah, click on that. Select columns. And then what you want is your distribution draw. You see that distribution draw down there? Drag it over and hit save. You see that? That's your
Mhm.
distribution drawdown. That's king. That's
Where?
how that you should have this open all the time so you can see how much money you have left before you blow your account.
Well, I'm not worried about blowing the account. I'm worried about setting a trade and what by accident. That's more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
but
I
you still
mean.
need to know your distribution drawdown
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
that's
Because
true.
I have
definitely-
blown many accounts and I've been $100 away from being funded. If you let
Wow.
that thing retrace on you $7,500, even though you're winning and you're up, it's still blown.
Okay. Okay. Oh, got you. There. So let
Just
me do
because
that
you're in
too.
profit don't mean that
No,
account is safe.
all of my drawdown was 7,500. So
Right,
Yeah,
because
his
you
drawdown
have
was
been
right.
doing.
He just need to learn how not to press that screen when he's not using his trade. That's what it is. Because he had $75,000 of drawdown, but he pressed that screen. Once he pressed that screen and it activated that trade, after that it was over because there's nobody there to manage it, and
yeah,
he
I
wasn't
wasn't
there. He
there.
was at the store.
I was at the store.
He didn't know that he even had a trade open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's like the third time he did. He could have had like 4 or 5 accounts right now, but that's the
Oh,
third
man.
time he did that.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
crazy. Sometimes though, I don't know what happens. I sometimes I will, even though I get out of a trade, I end up just going in and saying exit again because I don't know. Sometimes Tradeovate is funny, y'all. They do some weird stuff. They'll take your stop and they'll make it an entry order, and that's not how you had it set up.
Well, I exit I always, if y'all notice, if I don't know if y'all notice when I trade, I always exit at market and close. This is
Right.
that's everything. So I don't try
Right.
to exit, by doing this. I want you to cancel. This is gonna cancel. If you exit at market and cancel, that's gonna cancel everything.
Everything.
Yeah. So that's why I always use this. I don't even play with it. I don't play with all that. Do a
Gotcha.
stop loss. I can tell you, I don't even do a stop loss. I don't do nothing. I don't want to do a buy to close out the sale. I want you to just exit everything, and I'm gonna be sure that because you closing everything when I hit this button. Everything is
Got it.
closing. I don't care. I don't even do partial closes. Like how Jay was talking about, he do a partial. No, I'm gonna close it all and just open another one. I don't got time for it. I want to make sure that I'm sure that I'm sure. I'm making it real simple and easy. You're not taking my money. I need all my money. I need all my money. I'm not playing with it. So that's how I do. I'm just telling you, that's how I do it. I'm not saying, how other people need to do it, but I'm gonna use this little column because I like this. I be on my money, so I be knowing when
Yeah.
I don't really need this column because trust me, I know. But trust me, I don't even be playing with it, but I'm going to set this up and see. And this will tell you, but this is good, Howard, because this will tell you the dollars that you have open.
Yes.
So if you're about to
Yeah.
walk away from your screen and you hit a trade, but I understand in this case, it activated afterwards. But what
Yeah.
it'll say, you should have one that says a pending order. So let me see. Exposed position, I think is the one. Let me see. If this, I don't know if this one, did I put it on? No, I didn't. Let me see. Oh, no. I think, let me see, is that it? Yeah, I'm
So-
thinking it's one in positions that tells you that you have a pending, if you have anything pending. I'm not sure which one. Because I know there's one that tells you about a pending, oh, there it is. Pending orders,
cash
that's
settlement,
cash
okay.
settlement. But you wanna, because that'll help you to see, do you have any pending orders sitting in there? Oh, that's not showing. Because you'll see, like for all your, these are all because you know, it's always gonna do 5 because I do 5 accounts every time I trade. But it's telling you the positions, and it usually, I know on the I'm sorry, I have construction going on and he must have the door open. Close the door, please. I had I have an orders tab, don't I? Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's on orders. On the orders tab, that's the one. There it goes. Okay, so this is the tab that will tell you also if you have, it'll say waiting if you have a pending order. So you can
Okay.
see, so you might want to bring this tab on also and then just change
Orders. Or, so is that
change,
order
I don't,
ticket or orders?
orders,
Order ticket.
just orders.
Oh, okay, got it. Got it. Let me
And
put this in.
you really just need to see the order status. That's the main part you want for you, because by seeing this order status, you'll see if you have something pending, because it'll say waiting to fill. So if
Okay.
you walk away from your screen and you see this, like, I'm gonna take all of this stuff off. I don't need all that. But it'll let you know that you have some stuff that is waiting to fill. See, yeah. Oh, I don't need order type either.
Okay, so
I'm getting, now since we on here, I'm getting it ready for me. So
wait.
yeah, this will tell you, do you have, if you have something that's pending. So this will say that it's not filled yet, or I think it says waiting to fill or something. I don't know the exact words,
Wait,
but I
this
believe
one
it says,
says limit. What is that?
you should
Um,
know what a limit order is.
I know a limit order is, but I
I
haven't
do it,
set
I'm
limit.
not,
But I haven't set a
what-
limit order. I know exactly what limit order is. Okay, but
so I don't, your order status says limit order, then you got something pending.
How can I cancel that? Because I didn't
Go-
set any limit orders. I didn't set any.
Howard, share your screen. Let me, because you. Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Wait, you gotta
Share,
let me share.
let me get, I know, I gotta get there. Okay.
Let's cancel.
Let me stop sharing. Give you the ability to share. Do that.
No, not yet.
I'm not yet. I'm gonna give it to you. Now you should have the ability to share.
Okay. See, this is the orders you're talking about, right?
But you can't, but I said, remember I said, look at the status. That's all you care about is the status.
Okay,
Order status, that's the type.
Okay, so
and
they
that's where
can't-
you messed up. You had a limit order. So these are market executions. These
Yeah,
were,
that's
this
how I
was
used
a,
to.
right? And then you
Yeah.
did 2 that were sell limits. You did 2 sell limit orders. They canceled it because you blew your account. Right? That's how
So
you
that
know, that's how you know. These were the 2, you did 2 limit orders at 20 quantity, right? You did 2 limit order for NASDAQ. I can see what you did. You did 2 sales, NASDAQ 20. You did sell limits, one at 18,749 and one at 18,755. And
Yeah.
so when
I
you
didn't-
that's what happened. And
I
they
remember doing
canceled
that.
them because it went back up on you. I don't know when you did it, but yeah.
That's when I walked out. I got it. That's what did. That's got me. Okay, thank
And
you.
I can show you where it did it. If you look right here on your screen, you can see this red and this blue. Right up here in the chart, you'll see 2 little arrows. I don't know if you can see me right here, right here, up in the chart, in the actual, no, yeah, open up, you'll see like a green,
So right
see
here?
that? That's an order, and then it's another one. These are, when you see those little marks, those are your orders. Those are your orders. If you hover over it, it'll tell you hover over it, the order, the red and blue. You see, it told you sold 20 at 18,735. So that was profitable. You sold 20 at 18,728. Those are your orders. This one that canceled was a limit order, a sell limit at 17,749. So look somewhere around 18,749, and that's where it was opened.
Something back over here.
I'm not sure, but you could do that on your own time. But I'm
I
just
did on my own
showing
time.
you, I'm showing you how you can look at it and see that your order, if you have an order, because if you have a pending order, it'll say that it's waiting to fill. I think it says waiting to fill or something like that, or pending. So if you you see how I moved my order status column to the front? That's what you need to do.
Order status column.
So go to the little settings buttons at the end.
And then
Go to select columns, select columns. Take off the create time. This is what I want you to do. Take off the create time. Oh, you don't need that. Move it over. You don't need that. Move over the time and force. You don't need that. You could keep the price, but see, move that order status. Go to ORD status, the bottom one, the last one. And move it up, hold that, there you go, right there, right there, save it, just save it real quick. I'm gonna show you what I just told you to do. So you see how, if you look over here, that's the very next thing, the first thing you see, order status, cancel field. You see that, the order status?
Yeah.
That's gonna tell you if you have an order open. So before you leave your chart, make sure you don't have look at that and make sure you don't have no orders open.
Got it. Definitely.
Everybody,
thank you.
Okay, now this is what I want you to do, Howard, really quickly. I don't know if I can move your screen, but move this tab up with this one so you don't have two. I can't do it, huh?
Yeah, let me give you control. No, I gotta
Move it up here. Move this orders. But you got to go on the tab. No. Go on the tab. Click over orders where the word orders is at. Okay, now move it. Okay, move it next to positions. Up here, up. Next, right there. Let it go. All right. So now you can click between positions and orders.
Oh,
Like,
so now I can click. So click positions. That's some positions. If I click here, I got some orders.
There you
Okay.
go.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
You got it?
Yeah.
LOL.
I'm not even trained.
Donnie's a headache. Look, she about to take.
I'm about to go
ass-
take me a nap.
I'm not even trained today. I don't even feel like trading today. I'm so tired.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Because
I really
if I trade today, it'll be total revenge trading because I'm tired. So let me just wait.
That's good.
Let me go wait. Go eat me some more breakfast.
Okay.
Go take a walk.
All right. I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Denise. Thank you.
all right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
I'll see y'all
All right.
later.
All right. See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye.